body, but we're going to see with perfect base. Now show me perfect base. Okay, and by example, perfect base. He's going to face me in cross body, so he's going to open his legs and turn towards me. So he's got the instep of his foot here, toes in the ground, head on the ground is key. But if I put all my weight on here, he should still be able to move his hips. Bridge up and pull your right leg under your left, and he can escape very easily. So if he goes from, with my weight on him, he should be able to establish this position. Go ahead, open scissor. And he can move my weight very easily. Now, with his knee aimed to the ceiling, open up your legs. Here, and his knee stays there, there's no way he's going to get his shoulder off the ground. Okay? Even with his head down. Now if he opens up, again, normal way, I say normal because this is the way we do it. But his head is up, I can easily push his shoulder down. Okay? So what we're going to start with is achieve, has anyone not seen this before? This style of base before? Because we're going to start with this as a warm-up. Okay? Because it's not so much what we're going to do is the defensive side, it's how you're going to attack the guy when he's what I consider perfect base off the ground. So go ahead and open up again. He's going to open his legs as a scissor, one motion. And then I should be able to come up with my hands on his shoulder, put all my weight on him, and then he should be able to still move. Go ahead. Belly down, yes. Okay? So what you're going to do to achieve this, rest please, is get used to one side or the other, head down. Okay? You're going to turn this way. 1, 2. A lot of times what people do is they want to start the elbow escape or go belly down. They'll go foot like this and their knee faces the ceiling. There's no way you're ever going to get this shoulder off the ground. So here, you're instantly in one spot in one motion. It's right there, perfect. Defending here, defending the neck, inside. Also works against defending the punch. Does that make sense? So we're going to start just like this. Turning and turning. Okay? To achieve what I consider to be a point of perfect base. When you do that, then I'm going to show you how to beat this and how to start submitting the guys very easily. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Let's go about 10 times. 5 left, 5 right, get used to it. And then I'm going to have the guys put pressure on you. And they'll do 5 and 5 again. And then we'll start doing some attacks. Okay? Let's try it. Okay. From right here, there's no way I can push this shoulder. If I'm here, what are my options to attack him? Okay? So what I'm going to do, this hand is going to grab the back of the collar and replace his spine with my forearm. Now I'm sinking my outside instep here. And instead of coming under the neck, you see a lot of guys grab like this. If he puts his head on the ground, lets it come, I can't get my hand out. Okay? So when I go here, I hold. Do you think, yeah, see the space? That's a mousetrap. The guy slides his hand under, turns his hand, grips. Now it's an effort to get out. So I never attack the neck unless I'm ready to choke him. So the first thing I do, I put my hand here and I'm going to use my forearm, with the blade of my forearm, to turn his head. Does not feel good. Look what happens to his base. His base is gone. Okay? So when he's in perfect base, instead of trying to turn, I'm just going to bring my knee close, walk. Find the spine, make him move. When he moves, now, hand's going to come off the collar, grab the sleeve. Here. Okay? Don't grab with your fingers like this. You twist it around, you break your fingers. I grab with the palm. The palm is the grip. Now I keep walking his forehead and is this way. I use my legs to come up. There's one arm. One and here. This goes, there's the bone of his hip. Here's his ribs. I'm going in between. In between. I'm doing this is creating a pillow. Pillow. Blade. I want him uncomfortable. Okay? So this is the next position we're going to start with. He's going to achieve perfect base. Yes. Grab. Replace. Notice I'm not, if his body's a clock, this is 12, his crotch is 6, 3 and 9. I'm not trying to flatten him 3 and 9. That's going into a weakness for me. I attack here, and I'm turning his head that way. by walking my hand across the ground. Now I let him move. And I'm going to use my hips to drive him. Over, down. We keep this grip here. Bring that arm back. Go belly down. Turn into me. The only thing he can do is halfway turn into me. He really has to work. Okay? So when we turn here, bring your hips up. Pinch. Down. Right there. Does that make sense? Okay. A lot of times they'll give you this. When they turn, they leave it. They think that's nothing. So I'm not going to death grip it. I let him think I forgot. Okay? This makes sense. This is the next position I want you to achieve. Okay, go to me. So, cross body, I'm battling around an open, perfect base. Ah, no way he's going to move me. He's going to grab the collar, pull down.
Don't want to come underneath?
You can. Yeah, grab. Pull yours down to my hip. Yep. Now, see how it makes my head start to come up? So I achieve my head back down. Now you put your hand on the ground and walk on my temple. Now that doesn't feel good at all. I turn. Grab the arm. That's my escape. To bridge and bring that arm under me. Pull it tight. Yes. Good. Okay? Don't lean far over. Sink back. If he leans far over, all I have to do is turn. I escape. Okay? So one more time. Open. Yep. Pummel under. Now if you want to get the underhook the best way, don't attack the elbow. Attack at the wrist. See, I'm holding here. Pummel inside at the wrist. Just scoop it. Swim. In. Yes. Grab. Pull tight. Steer the head. Doesn't feel good. He's going to turn. Turns. Knees close. Control the arm. Pull tight. Done. And this is where I try to run belly down. Turn into him. Right? He's not attacking this arm. He's holding both. Okay? So now, the only options I have, if he leans, I can bridge and escape. I can try to bridge and go belly down, but if he's holding this tight, I try to bridge, come out. That's an effort that he can control. And the guys that have been trained for a while see that when I do that, it leaves something behind. Does that make sense? Let's try to get to this position, please. What I teach you would be what was taught to me from Master Sauer, Grand Master Relson, Master Rickson, and so forth, to make yourself comfortable in the uncomfortable, right? So right now, when he's turning towards me in perfect base, if I'm cross-body, he's very comfortable in a spot that most humans are finding very uncomfortable. So when I can make his body dysfunctional, I'm able to make him work for me. Now the key is, I can't move his body like so, because I'm steering into the power of his body, into where his shoulder and the leverage is. But if I just move my own hand, barely touching him, and go this way, it's uncomfortable. Now, this knee slides, that's how you trap the arm. Okay? So you let your legs work as extra grips without using hands. Okay? So now we've gotten to the side. Well, now we're here. Okay? So now he wants to achieve his base. If I'm leaning too far, he just relaxes and goes, and I'm going to go over to a degree. So now what I'm going to do is from here, when I drive up, pull tight, okay? My first goal, break a guy's arm, he can still finish the fight with a broken arm. From here, I go off the sleeve, grab the collar, punch the collar down. Punch the collar down, there's my choke. Automatically. Flip the gi, I prefer the inside blade. Inside blade, if you grab real tight, sometimes you can't get the blade. So if I'm holding the sleeve here, I'll let him have his arm for a minute. Grab shallow. Grab. Now all I'm going to do is use my instep to lift me up. Shaving under, now I can choke him. Okay? Does that make sense? So I end up in this position. I steered his head, gotten to here. Now, that's a common reaction. He wants to protect his arm. A seasoned guy leaves his arm behind, he can get arm locked. Okay? But I'm not worried about that yet. So when he defends by bringing his hand to his forehead, that helps me with my choking. I can even grab here, pull down, and choke him. I like to grab my own forearm. Instead of grabbing my forearm and sliding, I grab my own wrist and then I extend the blade. That's very tight, just like this. So instead of sliding, sometimes you slide off the guy's head like that. If he moves his head, squirts out from under it. Okay? So here, he defends. So relax, be patient. You hold this here. Now, grip, blade, go right across his face, grab the wrist, foot comes up, blade. Very tight choke. Needs to be able to turn his head and come underneath it. So if I'm choking just like this, he'll come out, okay? So when I'm holding here, when I grab the wrist, I bring this knee. Knee and elbow go, so now I extend the blade. All right.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Sir.
Pretty easy to do, so I want you to be able to do the choke to me. So here I am at base, turning towards him, steers my temple, gets the collar. Yep. I turn, he brings his knees, he's going to grab the sleeve, pull tight so I can't run. Knees come up. I don't want him to catch my arm, no way. Uh-oh. Too late. Grab, pokes the knee up. There you go. If he just grabs the collar and leaves the knee down, touch the elbow, I'm out. Okay? So when you grab the collar, before you grab the wrist, as you move your hand, the knee comes up, now you grab. I can't come under, you have to tap. Or he goes to sleep. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get your partner and give it a shot. See who can pull it off. There's a lot of stuff, but the main thing is we're making one body motion. You're making a body a shovel. When you're moving forward, you're not moving forward like this. Okay? You're moving forward like this. You're coming up like you're scooping dirt off the guy, right? You're going to dig the grave for him. Right? So, speaking of which, come on down. No, I'm just kidding. So, when I want to move him, cheek base. Now, especially if he starts to battle for an underhook here, I'm not just going to reach and grab. If I reach and grab and try to move, he's going to steer and he's going to go to my back. So before I go, the cheek base, I feel this, touch, I'm going to move here first. Opposite side. I'm not going to stay here. Here's one. Pummel in, grab the collar. Now I can attack the temple. Now if I just move his head here, it's like laying his head on a pillow. He's comfortable. So if you're doing this, he's not going to move anymore. So when I grab, it's not a pillow, so I'm going to move this way. See how now my forearm's still tracing, and now I'm turning him. It does not feel good. Now, some people get the arm stuck. When my legs scoop is when the arm comes out. Okay? Sleeve, and we got the choke. Now, my knees are very close. And one of the keys is, the key for an arm lock is to trap the shoulder. So I'm going to deal with the choke, but now he's defending the choke. So I'm trying to get this, oh, I let go of the sleeve. But I still have his arm. So all I'm going to do, maintain my position, and I'm going to fold my foot underneath me, here. And now my leg's going to come up, bite. That's my lock. If my head touches the ground, his arm's sticking in the ceiling because it's just snapped. Okay? So again, sleeve, I'm going for the choke. He's defending the choke. Under. By moving my foot. Hand touches the ground. Hug the seam. Feel him come up? You can always touch. Knee comes inside. Right there. And and you create the arm lock. Touch me, please. Base. Yep. Pull tight. Steer the temple. Bring your legs. Yes. Sleeve. And let me run. Yep. Goes for the choke. I'm now defending. So he folds his foot. Now, see, I'm tempted to come with him. I feel this. So now he brings his knee, keeps it, lets my face look away. Now, for street purposes, he puts his head on the ground. Slow here. I'm going to flip my hand. Now you can do it. Puts his head on the ground and arches. Keep this pinched. And he arches. I'm just tapping for the sake of purpose, because if I have my hand flipped like this and it's pinched under, and he puts his head on the ground and bridges, that's it. He's going to break my arm, okay? Go very slow when you do this, okay? Let's go one more time. Kind of turn this way a little bit. Okay, so he's achieved base. Oh, I feel the underhook. First thing, block, pummel, grab, temple. Start to move him. Dig. Come up. Sleeve. Go for the choke. He's defending the choke. Put pressure on the shoulder. Hug my own knee. There's my lock. Extremely powerful arm lock. Does that make sense? Any questions on that one? Go very slow, okay? And then I got one or two more little tricks I'll throw in there. All right, let's try. So we've been ending up, go ahead and turn here, hands up here. But if he's defending like this and he's in perfect base, pummel, I steer the temple the same way, but he's going to defend. So when he turns, now his arms are in front of him. Okay? I'm still going to grab the downside sleeve and stay. See where his hand is now? He's defending the choke. Okay? But I'm going to arm lock him. And I'm going to catch this one by baiting something else. I bring my knees close. Trapping the shoulder is what I need to do. His arm's very close, so defend the choke here. Yeah, I can't get under. But there's space. So you make your hands, hide your fingers. Hands go in between, and I grab the downside elbow of the sleeve that I'm holding, right? See right here? I'm cupping the bone here. This arm has nothing to do with anything, so I'm keeping my chest down on him. Now, just, if you saw, remember how you folded your legs last time? I move, this leg's gonna go up on my instep and come here. Now I'm gonna keep both elbows and sit down. My knees pinch. Now I find the wrist. There's my arm lock. Okay? So one more time. Perfect base, arms inside, pummel, grab, steer, driving. Okay? Base, sleeve. Defending the choke. Always choke the guy first. But he's defending with his hand. Don't reach in and just let the guy grab you. Okay? I can find the collar, but that's a different day. I've already shown a lot. Okay? So he's defending. I'm not going to keep ramming my head into that closed door. So here, hide the fingers inside. Grab. Now you're using one arm technically to control both. Even when I let go, get your arm free. I'm stuck. I've got both. Okay? Now, this leg's going to fold up on the instep, and that's it. Because normally what guys do with an arm lock, they stand up, spin. What happens? The guy yanks the arm down, you lose the arm. So now here, sit. See how my feet are folded? Now my knees come together. Now let go of the elbow. Now my knees touch. Okay? Now come back. You should be here. Pull your arm. I'm trapping his shoulder. If I'm like this, you always see the guys do arm locks like this. Pulling into the crotch. Don't do that. Pinch. To the side. Always to a bone of the hip. Okay? So when I trace back, bring it back here. Okay? The key is if I'm trapping the shoulder and I'm loose, I start to go for the arm, pull your arm, or flip your hand and start escaping. Oh man. Alright? But if I'm here, turn. I don't care where he goes. I'm going to have the arm. Okay? So one more time. So the last one we're folding The arm's trapped here, we're folding the leg here, and coming up. This time we're doing the opposite. Foot comes, sit, knees come. Okay? Comes under, pommel, grip, temple, turn him. Grip. Try to get this so he doesn't go belly down. Defending, hide, grab, foot. That's too big of a step in my opinion for me. I like to go right here. Now I pull, knees pinch. Keeping the sleeve, this helps control. Pinch, blade, back straight to the side. There you go. Make sense? Pretty simple, right? Let's think of this. Catch under with your right arm and do a spinning arm lock around my body. My head's up, my legs aren't in base, go ahead and spin. Okay, good. Now do an arm lock on this side. Yep. Remember the, yep, just catch any arm lock.
Any arm lock?
Yep, do the one we just did. There you go, he's caught it already. Watch something here. Do the same thing, arm lock. He doesn't have base. Pull the arm up on this side. Now watch when I move my leg. Pull the arm up. See? So let me show you a little added trick so you can work on both with this. So when he's in base, here, his weight is up because he's grinding this into the ground. No way I can move this. Okay? So when I pommel and steer and go, grab, under, keep the grip because this is secret weapon number 2. When I bring this leg and I start to sit, keep the grip because if he somehow pulls his arm out, pull that arm out here. I have the arm the other side. I don't care. Does that make sense? Let's see who can pull it off. When you have one, you should have 5 moves ready to keep the guy's butt with. Let's see who can do it.
Good mom.